growing over this immigration crisis at our southern border. The Obama administration urging Congress to approve the president's request for those billions of dollars to address the issue, but that proposal sparking outcry from those who say the U.S. is running to the aid of illegal immigrants while our own children are suffering.
Now billions of dollars want to be borrowed from the White House to help feed and house them. What about the kids here in our neighborhood, in our country? Not just in this neighborhood, but in our country.
Keith Wyche is a leadership consultant and motivational speaker. Dr. Manny Alvarez is senior managing editor for FoxNewsHealth.com. And Andy Levy, aforementioned, is co-host of Red Eye. Thanks for the pronouncer, by the way.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, so serious issue here. Dr. Manny, where do you fall on this with regard to what we just heard from an everyday American who says she's frustrated because kids right here in America right now need our help?
Bernadette is right on target. I mean, what she said is the truth. The problem is the president doesn't want to hear the truth. He can't handle the truth because the truth is that $3 billion is not going to do anything about the immigration problem. He's going to use that money to, yes, facilitate entry and make those children safe. Very honorable thing to do. But the problem continues to be the immigration that's happening, uncontrolled immigration. You know, as a Latino, I am ashamed of the Latino leaders in this country. You know why? Because why don't you talk about the Latino countries like Mexico gets $500 million from the United States in AIDS, Guatemala, Colombia, another $400 million in AIDS. And so why don't you say, hey, Latino presidents and congressmen and senators, you got a problem there. These are our people. Help our people there. Don't make it a problem of America right now.
So, Dr. Manny, you're obviously impassioned about this whole thing. Yeah, and I mean, you come from it honestly because, so you know it firsthand. Andy, where do you fall on this very complicated issue?
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where everybody is at least partially right. I think the woman in Houston is right that there's something a little off about giving billions of dollars of taxpayer dollars to kids who are here illegally while they're American kids who are hungry, who can't go to school, etc. And conservatives who are saying that helping these kids, while noble, is just going to mean we're going to see more of them. That's a really, really good point. But I also think people like Glenn Beck have good points. He says whether the kids are here illegally or not, they're still kids who need our help. And I do think there's, you know, America at its best doesn't tell kids who fled to this country to escape gang violence, to escape a pretty good chance that they were going to die, that they just have to go back.
Well, you know, that woman, Bernadette, she does have a really good point, Keith, when you think about what happened in Chicago last weekend alone, where I think 15 people were shot. You know, they died on the streets there. So what about that whole issue? And then just the kids in general, as Dr. Manny says, they're hungry in our country.
Well, I think any issue regarding the safety and welfare of children deserves our serious attention, be they the border children, the children in Chicago, or elsewhere in this country. And what they're looking for are the adults in this country to come up with solutions and not point blame and, you know, cast fingers at each other. I think there was an immigration reform bill that was passed by Senate, put before Congress, that would have gone a long way to making this happen. Now, again, it wouldn't have solved everything, but we've got to quit bickering and arguing and find a way to help the children.
Well, he has a great point about solutions, because I know our viewers are fed up with Congress because there are no solutions. Don't we want solutions, Dr. Manny?
Of course we want solutions, but the point is, you know, the president, in my article today, I think that this president has a problem with owning up to responsibility. It's all about denial or finding solutions. It's not me, it's you type of attitude. The immigration problem was present 5 years ago. Okay? Okay, fine. Let's say you're having difficulty with the Senate and Congress passing a legislation, but at least address the problem of practicing the law that is on the books right now.
Right.
There is a law. You come here to this country. If I landed in England tomorrow and I say, by the way, I want to live here, they will send me back.
No,
why?
I understand. So, Andy, one of the basic criticisms of giving all this money is that it's not going to do anything to secure the border any more than it already is, which is part of the problem, is it not?
It's the problem from America's point of view, absolutely. And as Dr. Manny pointed out, the other huge problem is what's going on in those countries like Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador that's driving these kids here. But at the same time, you've got these kids, these unaccompanied minors who are here. What do you do with them? You've got to take care of them, I think. I think you can't just tell them, sorry, you got to go back.
Keith, you talked about solutions. What would your solution be?
First of all, you got to continue to secure the border. That's number one. Secondly, you've got to make sure you streamline the legal immigration process. Right now, it takes too long to go through that process. Thirdly, you have to crack down on those employers who are out there hiring these undocumented immigrants. And then you have to give a path to citizenship. Those are 4 things that you have to do.
Well, I want to add one more thing.
10 seconds.
You got to hold those countries accountable. Yeah. You got to put fines in Mexico, fines in Guatemala, fines in Colombia. Take some of the aid away and use it to help the children that are now at the border.
Great discussion with the 3 of you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Gretchen.